Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Joku. Just wanted to come out tonight. The NFL released a little bit more information about how things are going to be breaking down as this season starts to get closer and closer. So I wanted to bring you the article that I read, get your guys' opinions on it, just kind of see what's going to happen with this, because I think today Atlanta said that they're not going to allow fans at their games, so I'm going to have to give my buddy back his tickets, see if he can get a refund on them. One of the guys, Carlos, let me know about that earlier, so that sucked. I'm going to have to wait a long time or wait till Tennessee or Jacksonville ends up drawing these guys, so hopefully that happens soon because I really want to go to another game soon. But we're going to jump into it. We're going to read this article, totally break it down, get your guys' thoughts. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You know I always do appreciate that. Barber, what's up, dude? What's going on? Pizza, what's happening, man? So let me just read this real quick and then we'll break it down. The NFL's Players Association is discussing details of the NFL's latest proposal in an all-player conference call Tuesday night, including a plan to set training camp rosters at 80 players instead of the typical 90, per sources told to Dan Graziano. The league and the NFLPA are still haggling over the length of training camp ramp-up period and the details surrounding the opt-outs. We will talk about those opt-outs. The union also told players on a call that that there will be no preseason games, confirming a report from Monday night. The next step will be for the NFLPA to respond to the league with its own proposal. So they're pretty much going back and forth with each other, but if the union told the players on that call that there's going to be no preseason games, you can pretty much go ahead and etch that in stone. The only reason everybody's not reporting it yet is just because they have not come to the final thing, but if the union's telling the players, I mean, that's pretty much it. Preseason's going to be a wash, but it'll give them an extra week to go out there and be able to set everything up, or an extra month to go out there and get everything set up and really get all these right protocols in place. So, like I said before, I'm pretty much down with that. No preseason. That's what it's looking like, man. When the union tells the players, you know that's pretty much up. Oh, what's happening, Six? What's going on, dude? So yeah, let's jump back into this. We'll jump into that top part real quick because that's the part that's really driving me insane about this. If the NFL does go from 90 to 80 players in these training camps, that's 10 dudes that are never even going to hit the field for our team. We'll never even see them in a Raider uniform, which totally sucks, and it's not fair for a lot of those guys out there. But, I mean, we're really deep at the receiver position. So, I mean, a guy like Pearsonell, that's a Raider that nobody's really talking about out there. Could be a dude that's just cut, never even gets a chance to put a uniform on. But at the same time, it could be a guy like White out there, who's a linebacker that I truly love, who might just never even get a shot to hit the field out there, which totally sucks. So, I mean, I understand you're going to bring your best 80 in there. And we have a lot of depth on this team at a lot of positions. We're carrying like, I want to say it's like 7 or 8 tight ends right now. We're only going to end up bringing 3 into the season. So really, if you chopped all those dudes off, I mean, you're going to keep 1 or 2, but there's 3 or 4 guys. You chop off the back end of our receiver room. There's another 3 or 4 dudes out there. And then you cut a couple running backs. And I mean, they're right there. You're down to your 80 already. And you could still keep a lot of these younger guys to give them a potential to get out there and see it happening. So let me know what you guys think about that. We could talk to we're blue in the face about who those 10 would be. But there's no telling who that 10 is going to be when you have Mayock and Gruden running this team. It's Chandler Bong. So the governor said no fans at NFL games, but are any other teams being affected like this? I really don't know. I truly do not know. I know Atlanta is, but I know a lot of these other cities are still going through it. So, I mean, if you look at like Florida, they're spiking like crazy out there because everybody's rushing to the beach before school starts back. So, I mean, I guarantee you there's going to be no fans in the Florida games. And then places like New York and, I mean, on the West Coast, I mean, there's a lot of places that are still tore up, but there's a lot of places that are, like, totally cool right now. But I really don't think if, like, 50% of the teams don't have fans, I don't see the NFL allowing the other 50% to have fans, but there's no telling how that's going to shake out there. Robert, what's up, dude? Welcome to the show. I'm guessing we will see a lot of last season's team. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. That's why I made that video a couple weeks ago, because I'm really telling you the offense that we ended with last season might be the offense you see hit the field at the start of this season, just because they know the playbook. The camp's going to be all messed up, and I think the only change will be Ruggs. I know Ruggs went out there and signed that contract earlier. I was really happy to see that we got him locked down. Really happy for that kid. I think it was like $16 million guaranteed over 4 years, and then we had the 5th-year option on him, so that's going to be awesome for us. That was a big move. You got to get that first guy locked down before you can really start breaking down everybody else. I don't think Arnett or anybody else will be a problem moving forward after that. So let's keep going on in this article here. The length of training camp ramp up period. I think that's pretty much just getting everybody into camp and just getting everybody settled, figuring out the daily testing routine and everything like that. And then the details surrounding the opt-outs. They're going to give these guys a chance to go out there. And from the way that I understand it is a lot of these, or the players will have the opportunity to just opt out of this season if they feel that they have to, or if they have a medical condition that could end up leading into something that could end up being a lot worse for them. But the NFL says, if you don't want to play, we understand, we totally get it, but you're not going to get paid. But the players still want to get something because they're still out there, they're still on the teams. But if the contract doesn't count for that season and it just carries over and it's like that season never even happened for those guys, and I'll tell you right now, if I didn't go out there and go to work every day, I wouldn't be getting paid. And I mean, these dudes have the money to where they could take a year off. Right? Some of these dudes do, where they could take a year off and there would be no change with them at all, and they can come back and just pick everything back up next season and just be a year older but completely rested. So that's going to be big. I want to see how many players grab a hold of that opt-out. We saw it a lot in baseball with a few players doing it. So that's going to be a big one for us out there, man. If they push the season back a month and we open up the KC for the first game on Thursday night, I don't think that's how it would be. I think they just push it back and then just start at week 1 to where there's no telling when that game would end up happening. So I don't know, man. It's going to be weird to see how this all plays out. All right. And then, like I said earlier, the union told the players on the call that there will be no preseason games, confirming the report for Monday night. So I really don't think the NFL is going to fight this at all. I really think they're just going to say, okay, there's going to be no preseason games out there. It is what it is. And so that kind of, like I said, man, it sucks. But at the same time, if you're losing 80 guys right there off the top of this, you're going to be going in there with a smaller roster anyways. But I've heard a lot of talks, and there's been a ton of talk about this, about the NFL actually expanding the roster sizes for the NFL teams this season. I really don't know how many players they would take it up, but if they pushed it up to maybe 63 players instead of 53, to where you have an extra 10 roster spots out there, I mean, it would help out a lot of these dudes. But at the same time, it's going to cost these teams more money to have that many more people signed onto these teams. So that's going to be weird, dude. During the NFL games, do you watch them on stream but don't show the actual thing? Honestly, a lot of the times during the games, I will just watch them on TV. I don't really watch them on stream at all, just because I like to be able to sit there and just kind of take notes, keep up with the game. I get really into the game when I watch it, to where there's no chance I could stream it and watch it at the same time without just completely losing my mind, because I really just kind of dissect the team as they play. But I appreciate you asking, dude. Andrew, what's happening, dude? Welcome to the show, man. Oh, dude, you already been here. That's my bad. Situation is really tough. I just want a season. Dude, I want a season too. But watching all these guys go back and forth, and like my kids' Pee Wee football league, I mean, that thing's starting up. I know it's not the same damn thing at all, but it's still football starting to happen. It's still sports starting to happen again. We're slowly getting back into it. So, dude, I'm happy to see it, man. I'm truly happy to see it. But I think these are going to be like the little tweaks and changes that you see just keep coming down the wire. But I really think these guys are close to just solidifying this deal out there. Anthony, dude, what's happening? Welcome to the show, man. So, there you go, dude. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I truly don't. 805, what's good? And I don't know if they do end up shrinking it down to that 80-man spot out there, who you're going to see end up getting cut off this team. Because I know there's a lot of dudes on this team that nobody ever talks about. They're just at the back end of the roster. A lot of like undrafted guys, or just rookies that got signed after the draft. So it's a lot of those dudes just aren't going to get the shot, and it sucks. It sucks to see, and it sucks to even say that. But I mean, you're going to have room on your practice squad. Maybe we can stick a few of them out there, and all we can do is just really hope that the roster size gets expanded so we can keep some more players. But that's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. It was just going to be a quick one. I really didn't plan on making a video tonight, but then I saw this article, and I was like, well, damn, that's really big news. I wanted to bring it out to you guys. I know a lot of the guys have been talking about Ruggs and the other things happening, so this is what's happening with the league. It's looking like we're going to have a season. It's looking like there's not going to be any fans out there, and there's definitely not going to be a preseason for us. But games should go on as scheduled, and if we can meet all these protocols, and I think they should put the responsibility on the team. I think the NFL should just come out there and say, hey, teams need to do daily testing. Teams need to have their players prepared. They're going to have to pass a test every damn day. which, so be it, dude. If you can go out there and know that you're healthy and the dude that you're playing against is healthy and that you're not going to walk out of that game, it's going to help the players feel a hell of a lot better about themselves going out there and playing these games. Sucks for the undrafted free agents, and that's what I'm saying, dude. A lot of those dudes, and honestly, our picks ended in the fourth, so I really think you'll see most of our dudes stay, but it's going to be those dudes that you've seen us sign, like, just not no-name guys, but this is the dudes that you bring on for depth when you do have a full squad out there that aren't even going to get a chance, dude. Sucks for those rookies. And yeah, dude, they don't get to prove themselves. They don't. Robert, Dave, welcome to the show. So we're not going to have a season. No, I really think, dude, moderator, what's happening, dude? I really think we're going to have a season. I truly do believe that. I think the NFL going off is a big step for everybody, taking a step forward and moving past all this and just showing that you can play an NFL game as long as you do everything right. And I'm telling you, dude, when there's this much money involved, these guys are going to have literal doctors standing at these gates, checking these players in and making sure everybody's ready to go. So, I don't know. I'm still counting on a season. I think it's going to be weird, but I'm counting on it. Panthers have a brand new coaching staff and QB. We're going to roll through the Panthers, dude. There's not a doubt in my mind. NFL needs to regulate the testing, or Patriots will cheat. Patriots will have the whole damn league infected, and they'll be the only person with nobody on it. I'm trying to be positive, but I'm being realistic, dude. I'm right there with you, and I'm just trying to keep it positive, too. I understand there's a serious shot that they come out there and say this isn't going to happen, but I'm telling you, there's a way that it could happen as long as they do it right. Oh, Jonathan, welcome to the show, dude. What's your expectation for Ruggs this season, realistically? I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen a lot of people blowing that kid's numbers up out there. Realistically, especially with the way things are going right now, if this season does go off, I put Ruggs right around that 700 to 850 yard mark. I give him about, I don't even think I'll hit double-digit touchdowns out there, but I give him like a good 6 or 7 touchdowns out there. I think for a rookie, that is a fantastic season, especially for the way things are going. If he can pull those numbers off, we have a true star in him. Much love. Oh, dude, I appreciate you, man. I do, man. Moderate, I feel your pain, dude. I really do. We should get a great smash 'em up win. Yes, dude, I'm telling you. If we go out, we should roll through the Panthers, and that'll set the tone, especially if we're going into that New Orleans game after that. That's a big, big game, dude. I'm telling you. You're going to make it out to a game? That's what I'm saying, dude. I had tickets to that Falcons game, but the Falcons they came out today, and the governor was like, all right, no games. We're gonna play football, but nobody's going to the games. There's not even going to be like the tailgating outside of the stadium, because sometimes I really thought they would still allow that just because you kind of have everybody spaced out, but there's no way to control it. So it's just going to be the players showing up to the stadiums and playing these games. 45 receptions, 900 yards, something 8 touchdowns. Yeah, see, dude, those are realistic numbers. I don't see him breaking $1,000 this year at all. Like, I mean, there's a chance that he does, but realistically, no, I do not see that. Has El Press from the Barstool done your pizza place? No, that would be totally cool. I'd be happy as hell to see him walk through the door. I'd give him best damn piece of pizza he ever had. What about Farrell? I think Farrell's going to end up being incredibly strong. I think he's going to have, I've said it before, Farrell is a defensive end. He is not an edge rusher. I think he plays the defensive end position extremely well. I think he's going to have another stellar season just because the addition of Collins, Nazip, and you still have Farrell out there. Plus, either Hurst or Hall is going to take that next step. I really think it's going to be Hurst, but we still have Hankins. So I'm expecting big things out of Farrell. I think his year 2 is going to be a major, major thing. Did we sign any rookies besides Ruggs? As of right now, it was just Ruggs that I've seen so far. But usually you get that number 1 dude locked down, and then everybody else just kind of falls into place because you base everybody's contracts off their position, of course, but off where they're drafted. So you got to get that number 1 dude locked down first. Kansas City Raider fan here. Dude, man, that is a tough life. It's like a truly tough life. There's another dude catch up. He hasn't been on live in a minute, but I still talk to him. He's up in Denver, man. So, I mean, it's tough for him out there, too. All right, man. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. I appreciate you guys that came out for the live one. I know this is another quick video, but you know how it is. Got to keep grinding throughout the week. But until next time, guys, I'm Sun Joku. I appreciate you all. Please click that like button on your way out. It does help me out. We will see you guys later.